So with that being said, team, how y'all feel?
Fired up.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. And what's up?
My
My
income.
income.
And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody.
Woo-hoo.
Okay, I guess DJ Scratch 'em up just gave a little bit. DJ Scratch 'em up in the building. So with that being said, I am going to take the ball and the last thing is the housekeeping rules. If you're not speaking, please have your phone on mute. And that way to protect your background, whatever's going on in your background. We don't want to hear people arguing with their bosses, their spouses, dogs barking, bottles breaking, sirens roaring, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And also, please be mindful and take 2 minutes to give your whatever it is your money-making activities are, because Troy Gandy will have the clock going. And if you don't see the clock, somebody could possibly put you on mute. So I'm trying to give you a public service announcement so you won't be mad at me. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take the ball and pass it to a lady who is making some power moves. We had a BTO. No, what was yesterday? No, we had a meeting yesterday, and she actually had about 4 or 5 people on the line, if I'm not mistaken. So when I tell you she's not making any excuses no more, she's making power moves. I want to give it up to none other than Miss Danae. The floor is yours.
Hey family, how y'all doing? Yeah, my money making activities is um just trying to continue to talk to people. Um Trying to stay. I mean, no, hold up. Let me start over. Hey family, how y'all doing?
Hey, how are
Great.
you?
Fired up.
So here I am. Yes, I had a lot of people on the phone last night. I think I had about 5 people on the phone. And my money making activities is just keep talking, keep sharing. Like I said last night, I share. And if you want to receive it, you receive it. If you don't, you don't. And I move to the next person. I don't have no time to waste. I actually went to the dentist a couple of days ago, and it was this young lady in there. She worked. She was working on my mouth, and I was telling her about gut because she had this mask over her face. She was saying her nose was itching, so I was explaining everything to her, short but sweet. And I left out of there with her telephone number because I had shared another lady's number with her about the gut. So next day I thought about it. I was like, let me see. So I sent her the information. I told her to share it, share the information. She sent me back a text saying that, she was interested. So she'll be on the call tonight, hopefully. So I just want to let you know that I'm sharing. That's all I can do is share. And
oh, go ahead, Donna.
yeah, and stay in the boat. That's it.
Here's the big thing. One thing that I love that you said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a gold brick. And when I say a gold brick, we have something that people need and they want. A lot of people don't know that they need and want it, but we're not in the convincing game. And something that I love that you said is, if they're not ready to receive, just move on. I see too many times people try to convince a zombie or a dead man or woman walking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen. It's almost like trying to have a logical and reasonable conversation with somebody that's high off drugs or high off alcohol in the moment. It just don't make sense. You're just going to be wasting your time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is open, continue to have those courageous conversations and share your information. If they're not open, just move on, just like you do, Danae. So great work. And who you passing that ball to?
I'm gonna pass the ball to what I done here. Let's see who has their hand up. Nobody has their hand up. Okay,
Marcella. Marcella.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pass the ball to Miss Marcella Bragg. She always has something juicy to talk about, and I love to hear her talk. And I listen to her, so I try to kind of duplicate what she says. So I want to bring to the platform right now Marcella Bragg.
Thank you, Donna. And hey, I am super proud of you, and I can't wait to see what 2025 is going to bring to you and your team. So keep doing it, girl, because you are inspiring me. My money making activities last night after I got off that call, I just want to say kudos to you, Jock, Eric, Mary, and Meredith on this amazing call that we had last night because it really put some fire up under me that I was talking to a friend of mine and she was mad because somehow her insurance policy got canceled. Then I had to give me some more insurance. I said, so how come you didn't call me?
Mm.
And she was like, well, I had been dealing with this dude, that's been, I say, well, if he was a real dude, he would have let you know that your policy counts. I mean, I'm just saying,
Mm.
because he knew your policy counts, but he didn't let you know that your policy accounts because it was supposed to be set up on automatic draft. But nonetheless, kind of had me in my feeling for about a split second. But then I got up and was like, you know what? Josh, just like you say, can't just stay there. I just got up and just started making me a list of other people that I am going to be reaching out to because the ones that I have been talking to, just like Danae said, I mean, you can only beat a dead horse for so long. And if this is something that they're not ready to do, ready to receive, then you just got to keep pushing. So I'm like Eric, I'm not in wine country anymore. So I'm just moving forward and just out here trying to make it do what it do. So this is the last few days of school. So next week I'm really gonna be on my run to try to get as many families covered as possible. So John, can you
Great
pass
job.
that ball for me?
Yeah, great job, Marcella. I sure will. And one thing that I want to touch on that you just talked about is coming up on Christmas time. We talked about it yesterday. You're gonna be around family members. Let them know what you do. Like really let them know what you do. Talk to them from a position of power. You know what I mean? Talk to them from a position of power and stand with your chest out when you're transferring the information. Have those courageous conversations and show how you and Xperia and our partnerships can be a solution for some of their situations. Have the conversation long enough to know what their situations are. Dig in, peel back the onion. But it's Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna be around folks that are slowed down. People not gonna be moving so fast. So take advantage of that. So I'm gonna take the ball and I'm going to pass it to I'm gonna pass it to this gentleman who always comes on here and gives us some insightful information, if you will. All right. He made it to ED. And when I tell you he dropped some nuggets after nuggets, but you gotta be listening because he does it so smooth. If you ain't listening, it's gonna go right over your head. So I want to give it up to my brother from the ATL, none other than Super Executive Director, Mr. Lacole Elijah Pye.
Wow, good morning. Mr. Uncle John, I didn't know what you were talking about me. I keep looking back. I thought somebody was sitting behind me. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you every day for for coming to make this call what it is. I really appreciate every single one of you for being on this call. And I'm very excited this morning because yesterday I shared about that I was waiting for my appointment in Nebraska. And thank God yesterday I made the call to F&G to confirm if everything was in, and they say yes. And I just went in and completed that part of the application and declined. I've signed and I have submitted that annuity. So I'm so excited about that. And also right now we're waiting on the appointment with the Prudential in Kansas City, Kansas State. because I have a couple of clients that are also waiting for me over there. And like I said yesterday, if you any state that you are licensed in, please start applying for appointment because they are not fast starting the appointments anymore. So want to make sure that it take about, they say about 14 business days with most providers so that you get those things ready before your client is ready. And the good thing about the appointments is that you don't pay for it, right? So just get the appointment with those major providers that you know you can do business with. Also, I was able to have one appointment yesterday with one of the referrals that I get from my clients from the annual review. And this morning, I get an email from Columbus from a policy for annual review that is due today. And I've already scheduled an appointment with the client this morning to do that later this evening. So, and that is how I build my book of business from referrals. You know, I don't used to talk to people, but referrals is how I build my book of business and also build clients and team members as well. So I'm so excited about what's going on. Also on the team side, so far this month, I'm so excited because like I shared yesterday, I had an appointment with somebody from the previous company, and he was challenging me about the compensation here. Oh, you guys pay 70% and all of that. How many people is making really money, right? Because they think that we offer higher compensation on people that are not really making money here. But I told him, I said, look, I have a team member that has last week has made over $23,000 in cash flow in
Okay.
just as in this month alone. So, and that shocked him. He won't let me share my screen. He won't let me even show his numbers.
Mm,
So the thing is that, so let's go out there and talk because we have what they don't have. And let that give you the confidence and the boldness to talk to
yeah.
anybody because they don't know what we have here. And we are the one to share with, to expose ourselves to them. So thanks for allowing me to share. Let me pass the ball to this awesome lady, Miss Tawana Chisley. I met her last time at the convention. Very warming, very welcoming, very knowledgeable. She's out there making changes and talking to people. And I know, Tawana, we're watching you and we're all rooting for you. And one day we're going to see you work on that stage. Not too far, just in May in
Mhm.
Texas. So I'm throwing the ball all the way over to you.
Thank you, Professor. I have a name for you now, Professor Elijah Pye. So, my money making activities. I forgot to mention last week. I had a conversation with my hairstylist, but I finally got her to get on a Zoom with me, and she was under the assumption that this was a bank account.
Mm,
And her husband kept saying, is this some kind of bank? I said, no, I had to keep explaining this. This is a life insurance policy that you can accrue cash that way for your daughter, blah, blah, blah. And I had to keep reiterating to her that you know, your mom, when your mom passed, did she leave anything behind? And she said, no. I said, you need to do something for your daughter. Do that $9,000 that you had sitting in that CD. Let's get that set up so that it'll pay on itself. And I said, you also need to do something for yourself, something small, since you're worried about money. Set up a term for right now. Your husband needs to set up something. So she's finally starting to listen. So she's waiting for that the city to mature, and I believe they're going to do it. Also, Gabriel that was on yesterday, I see he's not on this morning. He texted me and said he's coming in, but he has some questions.
okay.
So when I sent him the message this morning, what I'm doing now, I said, this is my last invite. I won't send any more invites if you're not in the business. You don't get access to this family unless you're going to come in. So I've done that with him, and I also did it with Rodney as well. So that's the position that I'm taking. So he said that he was coming in, but he had questions. So I'm like, absolutely, right after the meeting, we can talk. So
Cool. whatever questions he has, Tawana, you already know. Let's hook that three-way up, get his questions answered, and just keep doing what you're doing. One thing I like that you're doing, I don't know if y'all see it, just being cool, calm, and collective when you're talking to these folks and giving them the info and putting them in a position, like I said, to answer their questions, give them some info, answer their questions. But you don't have to seem like the overpressed salesperson. Tawana, the way that you were just talking just now, I know that's how you were probably talking to the client or the prospect, and just letting them know that you got something that they should probably sit down and talk to you about. That's the feeling you want to give your prospects. You want them to feel like, I really do need to set this appointment up. She or he really has something that I probably need. Let me slow my butt down and see what they're talking about. So great job, Tawana.
Thank you.
Who you passing that ball to?
And just one more thing, and I pass the ball. I am grateful for this team. I'm also grateful for the people that have come in under me, and because they're pushing me to do better. So I am, we're all learning together, and I love it. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
I love it.
We got some team abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Oh.
All right, so we pass the ball to Miss Wonder Woman herself, Lacey Harrison. Lacey, there you go.
Lacey might be logged on, but not locked in right now. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, we sure can.
I had some bad connection. And everyone, my money making activity is today I'm going to be the accountability friend. I have a lot of friends, like really close friends who I've been talking to. We've been literally just talking. We done wrote up quotes. Today they day. Today I'm pulling up. I'm going to, today is the day they will get their children some policies because they gonna want me to cry and put some sandwiches in the bag with them if something happens to their kids. We're not doing that. So today I'm going to be the accountability friend and get them signed up. I don't care how much the policy is, get them some type of protection. And that's all I'm doing today. My whole day.
I love it. And Lacey, you have a way of kind of switching stuff up and coming up with different creative ways to do stuff. I know you did something where you say, you know what, let me talk to some more people and drive Lyft. And you find different ways to stay in front of people. What does that look like for you? Like when you're doing something, how do you know if something's working for you or not? Or I want to get a little bit into that creative mind of Lacey Harris.
So when I decided to do Lyft, my reason behind it was I'm not in a casino anymore. So I'm not getting in front of as many people. They're not going to come knocking on my door, hollering about, hey, Lacey, you got some insurance? No, they're not going to do that. So I have to make myself available to them. And they say strangers support you, better than family and people who I don't know. I got the gift to gab here. When I meet them, we start talking. If you get in this car, you get a card, whether you have insurance or not. So, I do it like 4 hours a day and I make good money doing it. In the meantime of meeting people who need insurance for themselves, their grandkids, anybody. And I seen that it's working.
I love it. And I don't know if y'all, has anybody ever heard of the 3-foot rule? Anybody? And if so, come off of mute and explain what the 3-foot rule is. I'm going somewhere with it. Anybody know what the 3-foot rule is?
Let me take that one. So in the restaurant, you 3 and 5, like you walk in front of somebody, you say hello, or like you come very close with somebody, you actually when you're 5 feet away, you do a head nod. When you're 3 feet away, you say something.
What was the last part you said?
When you come in really close proximity to someone, either like say something directly to them, shake their hand, but make eye contact at least.
Yes. And so what that does, ladies and gentlemen, is it puts you in a position where you can now strike up a conversation. What Lacey has done is created her own 3-foot rule situation, and she's getting paid for it. So when people get in her car, guess what? Boom, 3-foot rule, bam, get a card, start the conversation. Make sure you take advantage of your 3-foot rules, man. Eric and I know this guy. Some of you on this line know this guy, man. He was the 3-foot rule king, Mr. Levi Harvin. He didn't care who you were, what was going on. You came within his 3 feet of space. Guess what? You was getting a card in a conversation, card in a conversation, card in a conversation. And he was a high producer. He was a high level producer because he always was conscious of card and conversation. So, Lacey, who are you passing that ball to? Thank you for sharing.
Let's see if anyone has their hand up. No, I don't see anyone with their hand up, but I seen that Miss Takesha Carr has been booked and busy over there, so I would love to hear about her money-making activity.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Ms. Lacey. Greatly appreciate the pass. Kudos to you and all that you're doing. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, look like I got stuck for a second, but awesome. Thanks again, Lacey. So yes, I have been booked and busy. Extremely booked and busy. A lot of clients that are part of in the health realm is what we've been doing a lot of this week. However, I've been doing green sheets like nonstop. Everyone, even when they're coming to me for health insurance, they're getting a green sheet. So literally everybody's getting a green sheet. I've done a couple show fours this week. I wrote a big app last week. I have 6 appointments today, between 3 and 7 p.m. And we'll be doing more green sheets. I do have 2 annuities that we're working on.
Okay.
And waiting to get a lot of applications approved. So I have a lot of applications already submitted, and we're looking forward to getting those approved. Jock, I still need to get with you to do this 3-way so we can get this recruiting job completed.
Okay, just get with me after or as soon as you come up for air. I'm gonna be pretty flexible. I'm going into the office at noon, but anytime before or
Beautiful.
after, just hit me up.
Beautiful. So that's what we have going on in my business this week. And I'd like to share just a quote that has been just relevant for me lately. And it's a quote by Martin Luther King, and it talks about faith. And in his faith talk, he's saying that, even when you can't see the full staircase, just being able to take the first step is going to make all the difference. So that's my encouragement for everyone. Even when we can't see where we're going and while we're doing it, just don't stop moving. Continue to make that first step. Continue to introduce yourself. Continue to make those money-making activities, and you'll see it pay off really, really soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Takesha.
Thank
Takesha
you.
Carr, the superstar. Who you passing that ball to?
I am passing this ball to, who am I passing this ball to? I'm passing this ball to someone that I haven't heard from in a while. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if this is the right person. Oh, Marcus. Marcus, you have your camera on. Let's hear from you, Marcus. Marcus, I'd like to pass the ball to this gentleman. I don't think I've ever met you, Marcus, but it's a pleasure to have you join us and a pleasure to have you with us with your camera on. Please come on and share with us where you're from and what you have going on.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I've just been talking to. Yesterday, I had a meeting with Teresa, Odie, and my brother, and we were talking about what I'm doing now, and just talking to people about what I do, and I've talked to a good friend of mine who we have a meeting today about him joining us, and I'm trying to talk to a couple of cousins of mine, and just getting the word out, and that's what I've been doing.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Keep talking to people. Keep talking to people. Letting them know what you do. I'm telling you, just talking to people is half the battle. Once you start talking to folks, guess what? You start talking to more people, and then you start really, really conveying that message a lot more solid with a lot more confidence, and then you start to attract people to the information that you're giving. So great job, man. And who are you passing that ball to?
Uh, yeah, uh, I'm anybody that wants to come, not able to uh, say
I tell you
anyone.
what I'll do, Marcus. I'm gonna take the ball from you and I'm gonna pass it to your 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 fearless leader. She is like a superhero. Another one from down in the ATL area, another ED in the village, none other than Dr. Teresa O'Day. What you got to say?
Thank you, Uncle Jack.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you so much for uplifting Marcus. I tell you all, this man, he's just being very, very moderate. He's doing a lot. And you all will hear him very soon, as soon as he gets comfortable. He is somebody that he's an amazing individual. So we have been working and his SFA is done. His SFA
Okay.
is done. We're just waiting for things to fall through and he's gonna get it. Um, so we've been working, sharing with people like he shared. And I told him what we do, he just need to, like you already emphasized, to open his mouth. Everybody needs what we
Mhm.
we we have. And his brother, he's out of state, he's supportive, a big business guy. He has agreed to support him. And so we're doing. And then on a
Okay.
personal note, working with other team members as well. We're not taking the holidays off, so we can do things that others can do. Okay, we don't want to play now and then work harder in our earlier years, or sorry, in our later years. So that's what we're doing. And then today I have about 4 appointments, even up till 6 p.m.
Mm.
1 12 p.m. Boom, boom, boom. So that's what I'm doing. And as far as points, today I will be closing on I want to say 11K points, already some in the books, and we're just doing and
Okay.
helping families.
I love it, love it, love it. Well,
So,
real quick, before you pass that ball to the man of the hour, I
oh,
just want to interject real quick and just talk about something, man, that I just don't want to go over people's heads, right? We talked about it last night. We talked about not treating this business like it was a free business. The blessing is that it was free. But imagine you getting something for free that can make you millions of dollars upon millions of dollars. Like, where else is that able to happen, right? And so I just wanted to talk about the importance of getting ready, not getting ready, but getting out of that mindset of getting ready to get ready, and just take Jamie's 3 words, go, 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 and do it now, because the time is now, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot fumble this situation, because there are people on this line who are going to take this situation serious, and all you're going to see is the smoke from their boots, because that's how serious they are about doing what's needed and necessary to make this thing happen. Right now, Xperia is shaking up the industry. People know about us right now. So now is the time to talk to people. Now is the time to get in, to make those connections. And what I want to just reiterate, when those people start calling you, how many people have those calls where somebody called or emailed and said they're a recruiter for somebody? man, take those meetings. Take them. I used to run from them and be like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Guess what? Those are people that have teams, more than likely. Those are folks that have folks. Take the meeting and get creative at doing the Allen Iverson crossover and cross them over and shoot your shot in the meeting. You just got to be tactful with it. So I just wanted to put that back out there because we got to get to stepping, because the fortunate part is a lot of us on this line are going to hit ED, going to hit SED. And the last thing I want to leave you with before I bring up Eric is...
Uncle Jad, let me jump in 1 second. Sorry
Yes,
to
sir.
interrupt you. You know, one thing that I also share with my team is, have anybody, you wake up one morning and you see your name being added to a WhatsApp group or something like that. What do we do most of the time? Take ourselves out, right? I don't. They just hand you a list of contacts that you didn't solicit for it. So when somebody add you to a group, somebody just handed you list of names.
Leads.
Yes.
These are free leads that you didn't ask for. So don't just jump out of it. That's an opportunity to reach out to the people individual until they tell you, don't talk to me about this again. So keep reaching out to them. And when you reach out to them, you drop in that seed 1 year, 2 months, 3 months later. Those people that you share this information, they're going to get back to you. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting and
Oh,
allowing me
no
to
problem,
share.
man. You're exactly right. That's just, like I said, those are just ways. See, if you're thinking like a boss, those things, those angles automatically come into play. When you're thinking like an employee or somebody that's just joined a business, you'll never read, that won't even come in your radar. So think like a boss, act like a boss, operate your business like a boss. Like I said last night, you have an agency ownership agreement that you sign, not an AEA, not an agency employee agreement. So know the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to bring up the man of the hour. I just needed to...
Okay.
I'm going to bring him up. Matter of fact, I think Dr. Teresa was getting ready to check me.